So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. So, today I would like to tell you about how we can increase sensing quality of life with a SIM-based connectivity solution. So we all know the situation when we're sitting in a restaurant, we would like to pay our bill, a waiter comes to us with a payment terminal, put our credit card inside, and we are waiting. We're waiting and waiting because there is probably some problems with Wi-Fi perception, or the SIM card which is inside this payment terminal is not bounded to the strongest network. So we have a solution for this, and today I would like to show you this. So I'm working in Whatever Mobile. Whatever Mobile is a well-known German data aggregator that specializes in mobile technologies, and the way how we observe data, solutions which we provide, and also our quick adaptation for social behavior gave us an excellent path towards advancements in IoT. So, give you a brief introduction. We have 50 very smart employees. We do about 80 million transactions per month. We provide access to more than 400 mobile networks with excellent platform availability. So during my presentation, I would like to tell you about IoT and SIM cards regards a new paradigm of multi-network SIM card. I will also discuss with you some implementation and development stages. We will talk about some use cases and solutions in this area, and also about very cool REST API for SIM card. So IoT. So we all know that Internet of Things, converting all objects that surround us into a community of information every day. From small devices to houses, IoT is leading world into more and more digital fold. For these purposes, sensors are necessary, which can turn billions of devices into data-generating things and interact with the environment. So in our vision, the future city, for example, this one will feature like thousands of strategically placed sensors, which can record everything from air temperature to air pollution. And this data will constantly relay to our laptops, laptops of actively participating parties. So, but nowadays, companies still kind of crossroads where they think, should they use or lose the potential of this big data? How they can engage with this more positively with their environment. And sensing IoT with SIM cards is actually combine two different type of, it's a mobile sensor on one hand, and on another hand is a data capture technology. So we know that IoT devices can connect in different ways, but today I would like to talk with you particularly about cellular connectivity. So we know that cellular connectivity nowadays is everywhere. Of course, sometimes it can have some problems inside the buildings with a bad perception. But when we're talking about Wi-Fi solutions, it's always bounded just to access point and limited by it. So I've been on IoT Slam conference months ago in US, and they asked participants one question. It was, do you still need a cellular connectivity for your IoT projects while there is a lot of wireless connectivity solutions? And surprisingly, 75% of all participants told that they need this cellular connectivity and even required for their IoT projects. And the second question was, do you need a worldwide coverage? And 63% said yes. So IoT market nowadays is growing rapidly. Mobile connectivity is becoming more and more a key success factor because a lot of IoT cases designed for mobility. But as developers, we always have difficulties to connect, to do this IoT connection more flexible, global, secure. We experience these kind of difficulties as high integration efforts, different APIs, problems with configuring devices and network, have some restrictions from mobile operators, and misunderstandings in security policies. So we decided that probably we have to stop this and have just one solution. So this is wherever SIM, the SIM card which can work everywhere and wherever your device can bound. We thought what kind of needs people can have to use these SIM cards, and first of all, we thought about the connection quality. So we thought it would be cool if we will require the permanent connection wherever device may roam, if it will be the best existing network coverage on the world, if it will have ability to switch to the strongest network. The second need is advanced security. So we can restrict connection to a certain IP, we can lock our SIM card to a particular device, and we can also do integration to a customer network through a VPN. The third need is complexity and time for our user, which means almost all companies now want to be as soon as possible on the market, so they should be very fast. We thought it would be cool to don't use different SIM cards per countries and no roaming prices. And we also think about to have just one technical integration point. The next need is flexibility of our cards, which means for different industrial applications, IoT SIM-based solution can be more suitable if they will be designed for harsh environment and has a much longer lifespan. The last need is control, but it's one of the main things, that user can control all devices and SIM cards in real time and through just one customer portal or API. So, first of all, after all our research, we would like to introduce you a Wherever SIM, which is just a SIM card, but very cool one because it has different packages. It's suitable for indoor and outdoor applications, and the temperature range can be varied from -40 to 100 Celsius degrees. And secondly, we would like to tell you about implementation, which could be much more interesting for developers. Of course, we did some tests on particular area because in real time, in order to work empirically on non-technical issues, of course, we decided to create kind of a generative approach, which means wherever new user comes, we can immediately configure all required elements based just on the specification given in the use case definition. And what is more interesting is that you don't have, as developer, you don't have any difficulties anymore, because you can have particularly your own network, which replaces completely the mobile operator network. All SIM cards are API programmable. It's extremely scalable, completely cloud-based, and globally distributed. So you are not dependent on mobile operator anymore. So our network architecture actually, through the application server can connect to your devices through just VPN tunnel, all traffic encrypted before being sent. You don't need to have a VPN client on your devices. All SIM cards can be just in one subnet and API programmable at the same time. The transparent network access allows you to use any protocol which you want. So this is basically how look our standard customer portal, where you can manage your endpoints and SIM cards, check how much data has been used, your costs, particularly about endpoints. For example, you can see that if it's enabled or not, the technical details about this device, the network to which it is attached, the data usage and costs. You can do the same for each SIM card or subset of SIM cards. This is what user can do on portal. He can choose what kind of network he wants to use. Is it 2G, 3G, or something else? If he wants just to send SMS from this SIM card or receive it, if you want to use different data packages. But this is all for the general user. As for developer, there is very cool, easy API programmable stuff, which means you can just send this code and through the API, and you can see the name of the device, the status, if it's enabled or not, the service profile, the tariff profile. You can choose any country you want, or if it's only domestic, where the location of device is or not. You can see which SIM card now is in the device, and if it should be locked to this device or can be used in a different one. You can see an API address, location of the device, and the usage data and limits. So basically what you can do just with a simple code, you can change the name of your device, enable or disable it, change the server profile to use only 2G, for example, and the tariff profile to use it globally in Europe or in Asia, wherever you are. Yes, you can unlock SIM card and you can choose a different API address. You also can send messages. So basically what we are proposing to do is to use Arduino with GSM Shield, which when you put a wherever SIM inside, it gives you great functionality. You can use it for any IoT solutions. So actually, there is what we've done before this presentation. There is some messages already sent from some Arduino devices, and it says that it's looking for a new owner, because now on our website, whereversim.com, you can find, you can fill a form and win this SIM card start kit together with Arduino and GSM Shield. They already start using it tomorrow and play with IoT and how you can do it. So where you can use it, there is some use cases. Of course, we know that IoT now everywhere. It's from payment terminal to smart houses, as I told before. But I would like to tell you 3 use cases which is more interesting to work together with a SIM card. So the first one is about automotive or telematic area, which means car rentals, delivery services, and enterprise logistics. They spend a lot of time and energy into fleet management. But they are not yet able to track location, mileage, and fuel consumption if they cross the borders, and different SIM cards and networks has to be used in their cases. So with wherever SIM, the fleet management starts to be much easier, because what you can do, you can just plug a small stick into your vehicle and all relevant data will immediately relay to your laptop, transferred, and you can check the status of your vehicle. You can prevent some damages or track location and do a route optimization in real time. So the next case is e-health monitoring and management, which means, so if we all imagine that we are 82, we are feeling quite fit, but we still have problems with some blood pressure, for example, our relatives worried about us, and they want us to move to assisted accommodation, but we don't want it because it's too, we would like to have our freedom. So how we can do this with wherever SIM, with the new wearables, you can just put SIM card inside. It's not dependent on internet connection, which means that wherever senior will be, for example, in supermarket, if any figure reaches a critical state, or if something bad happened, you will be, your relatives and doctor will be immediately informed in any emergency situation. So, yeah, this will help us to have our independent life much longer, we think so. The agriculture industry is example together with new technologies as drones. So we know that United Nations predict that in 2100 we will have 11 billion of people. At the same time, our farming has a huge negative impact on our environment, which means that in future we will need to do something with this to make it more effective, cost-effective, and environmental friendly. So these drones with their sensors can fly, understand where is the water or nutrition deficit, the ripeness of the crop, and this data will immediately send to farmer software, so he can enable this environmental friendly conception of farming. And for example, they can even understand where the pest-infected crops are and how to where to apply the herbicides, which means that we will have much healthy food at the end. So this is about drones. So based on all these examples and on everything what I told you about what this SIM card can do, we actually see our implicit goal in increasing sensing quality of life and increasing the quality of life of general well-being in individuals and society as a whole. So this SIM card, and the whole presentation about this SIM card, we actually want to use you as a practical recommendation for IoT, for developers and future IoT customers. I hope you have learned something about this SIM card today, how you can work with it and use our API. We also have a developer package with 5 SIM cards. You can order it on whereversim.com. I also want to remind you about our lottery going on there. In some days we will announce the winner. You can receive your Arduino device together with wherever SIM. And yes, this is all. I'm extremely happy to be here today. And I want to say hello to the people who are watching us online, because I know there are a lot of them. And I also would like to receive all your questions in Twitter with hashtag whereversim. I will answer to all of them. Thank you very much for your attention.